गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग निताय गौरंग जय निताय गौरंग निताय गौरंग जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जो हम इष्टपाद और उनसे परिवार का चेरष्टोत्तर सत श्रीमद श्रीमान के सभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बेबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर द होल वर्ल्ड विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठुकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, Chapter number 4. Vidura approaches Maitreya. Text number 1. Uddhava Uvacha Ata Te Tadanujnata Ata Te Tadanujnata Bhuktva Pitva Cha Varunim Bhuktva Pitva Cha Varunim Taya Vibramsita Jnana Taya Vibramsita Jnana Durukti Marma Pushprushu Duruktir Marma Pushprushu Uddhava Uvacha Atate Tadanujnata Bhuktva Pitva Cha Varunim Taya Vibramsita Jnana Duruktir Marma Pasprusuhu Uddhava Uvacha Atate Tadanujnata Bhuktva Pitva Cha Varunim Taya Vibramsita Jnana Duruktir Marma Pasprusuhu Uddhava Uvacha Atate Tadanujnata Bhuktva Pitva Cha Varunim Taya Vibramsita Jnana Duruktir Marma Prasprusuhu Uddhava Uvacha Tate Tadanujnata Pitva Pitva Cha Varunim Taya Vibramsita Jnana Duruktir Marma Prasprusuhu Uddhava Uvacha Atate Tadanujnata Bhuktva Pitva Cha Varunim Taya Vibramsita Jnana Duruktir Marma Prasprusuhu. Mataji. Word for word meaning. Uddhava Uvacha. Uddhava said. Ata thereafter. Te they the Yadavas. Tat by the Brahmanas. Anujnata being permitted Bhuktva, partaking. Pitva, drinking. Cha, and. Varunim, liquor. Taya, by that. Vibramshita jnana, being bereft of knowledge. Durukti, with harsh words. Marma, the core of the heart. Pashprushu, touched. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Thereafter, all of them, the descendants of Vrishni and Bhoja, being permitted by the Brahmanas, partook the remnants of prasadam, and also drank liquor made of rice. By drinking, they all became delirious, and bereft of knowledge, they touched the core of each other's hearts with harsh words. Translation with repetition. Thereafter, all of them, the descendants of Vrishni and Bhoja, being permitted by the Brahmanas, partook of the remnants of prasadam, and also drank liquor made of rice. By drinking, they all became delirious and bereft of knowledge. They touched the cores of each other's hearts with harsh words. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the ceremonies, when Brahmanas and Vaishnavas are sumptuously fed, the host partakes of the remnants of the foodstuff after the guest has given permission. So the descendants of Vrishni and Bhoja formally took permission from the Brahmanas and ate the prepared foodstuff. Kshatriyas are permitted to drink at certain occasions. So they all drank a kind of light liquor made of rice. By such drinking, they became delirious and bereft of sense, so much so that they forgot their relationship with one another and used harsh words which touched the core of each other's hearts. Drinking is so harmful that even such a highly cultured family becomes affected by intoxication and can forget themselves in a drunken state. The descendants of Vrishni and Bhoja were not expected to forget themselves in this way, but by the will of the Supreme, it happened, and thus they became harsh towards one another. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarani Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. in this chapter, Vidura is hearing from Uddhava. Uddhava is continues to narrate the pastimes of Lord Krishna. And the title of the chapter is Vidura Approach Maitreya. Actually, Uddhava narrates the pastimes of Krishna with a lot of feeling, emotion. And he could not continue, and he also directs that he meet Maitreya. So in this verse, Uddhava said, Ata te tad anujnata. Anujnata means the permission. It is a custom that whenever any great sacrifice, any performance happens, it's called, Vaishnava. It is a part of the ritual. One has to feed Brahmanas and Vaishnavas and satisfy them, make satisfy. And after feeding, when they are satisfied, with their permission, the host and others will take the remnants, the prasadam. Bhuktva pitva cha varunim. After taking prasadam, they also drank varunim. So Prabhupada gives, Prabhupada says, the kshatriyas are allowed to drink sometimes. Tvaya vibramsita jnana. This is the after effect of the drinking. We will lose the control. Duruktir marma pashtrushuhu. We have come across many situations, the drunken state. People are drunken and they forget the relationship. They forget themselves, they forget relationship, and they'll totally lose the control, lose the equilibrium, and they speak anything and everything. So this is the condition of the living entity. Especially when we don't follow any regulative principles. The word Loke bhavaya amisha madhya seva nitya hi jantor nahi tatra chodana. Bhavaya means the sex life. Amisha means meat eating. And madhya seva means drinking. This is the tendency of living entities. Prabhupada gives example of ant. Ant also very fond of intoxication. And it always, keep searching. There is a sugar or jaggery, sweet. And wherever, we keep sweets, wherever in table or somewhere. So we cannot see any ants. Suddenly, ants will come. And they don't leave. You say blow air or, you take it away. Try to remove the ants. They don't go away because they are intoxicated. Similarly, this intoxicate is, it is so addictive that will not so easily go away. So pravritti esha bhutana nivrittesu mahafalam. So this pravritti is natural, it is there. But this pravritti, this nature of living entity will degrade us. it will not help us in any way. So if you have to come out, then nivritti, nivrittayeshu mahafalam, means we have to take this nivritti marga, means we have to detach from this, not being attached and continuing and or maintaining that attachment. Somehow we have to come out of this attachment. So here the Vrishnis and Bhoja dynasty, so descendants of Lord Krishna. So they are associates of, close associates of Krishna, and highly cultured. By having such a good culture also, but this drinking habit or slight negligence of regulative principles will make fall down. What was it is in the Prabhupada says, it is Krishna's plan. But there is a lesson for us to learn what will happen if we indulge, the slightest. So what was the original cause of fall down? Yes, but if you see how this, the destruction happened, yes, viprashapa vimudanam, viprashapa. Anybody offends the Brahmanas or Vaishnavas, then fall down is destined. So it's same thing happened in, like say, Parikshit Maharaj also. He was also very cultured, great devotee. But if we see that how he got the curse, because he disobeyed or insulted the Brahmanas or Vaishnavas. So that is a fall down. There are many things, many incidents we can see, Durvasa Muni also. So whenever somebody offends the Vaishnavas or Brahmanas, he will fall down. So we recite, Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So Krishna is well-wisher of Brahmanas and cows. So if we offend the Brahmanas, the Krishna will not tolerate. Krishna will not tolerate. So there will be serious repercussion. So one has to be very, very careful not to offend and follow the regulative principles, rules and regulation. Nowadays we are hearing there is a fight, going on, and fight is happening somewhere, and whole world is get affected. Even a common man is getting affected. The basic problem is coming that we are not getting gas for cooking, even for the deities. So if we see the root cause, what was the cause? They are fighting. Why they are fighting? If you go deep, actually Brahminical, people are not following Brahminical culture, and Varnashrama system is collapsed. So it's totally, we are leading, bodily concept of life. So then, when we lead bodily concept of life, then there is a fight. This is inevitable, because what is the identification? So body only, sense gratification. So when there is a disturbance in sense gratification, we go to any extent without considering any relationship, any inconvenience to others, any loss. So the destruction is destined. So there are this similar the incidents happened in the past also. Like say in the ISKCON also, Prabhupada said, you maintain what I have given. And if we fight among ourselves, then we will not be able to maintain, run. ISKCON, nobody can come from outside and attack and destroy. It is only from inside. We fight among ourselves. So the dynasty also, the descendants of Vrishni, they also fought each other, and the whole destruction happened. Prabhupada has given the many directions how we can maintain this varnashrama system. Now, how we can protect this. Prabhupada says that following the Brahminical culture, in one of the lecture, Prabhupada says that there should be compulsory fasting to at least 2 days in a month. So that is Ekadashi fasting. And there should be, we have to discourage the intoxication, liquor shops and wine, slaughterhouses. If you see, every nook and corner, there will be wine shop. So that will encourage the youngsters to, indulge in this. Why here, the vibramsita jnana. So when we drink, what will happen? Actually, intelligence get bewildered, the contaminated. So intelligence means the discrimination. So person will not be able to see that what is right and what is wrong. So when there is no direction, so then person will go to any extent and do any sinful activity without any seeing the result of it. So one has to avoid the such situations that that will provoke that sinful activities. Like when the person is exposed such a situation, especially the association. If we don't have a satsang, then the person will indulge. Like as by such drinking, they became delirious and bereft of the sense, and so much so that they forgot their relationship with one another and used harsh words which touched the core of others' hearts. Drinking is so harmful that even such a highly cultured family becomes affected by intoxication and can forget themselves in the drunken state. The descendants of Vrishni and Bhoja were not expected to forget themselves in this way, but by the will of the Supreme it happened, and thus they become harsh towards one another. These harsh words, so here it is said that harsh words is piercing the heart. When we understand the grossly, any powerful weapon or sharp weapon can pierce the body, the grossly, and the words also pierce. So even the words can, and actually it can influence also. The person can motivate and also he may feel good. At the same time, if we don't control, it can damage also. There is a saying, it is in Kannada, no? ಮಾತು ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ಜಗಳವಿಲ್ಲ and ಊಟ ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ರೋಗವಿಲ್ಲ. If you know how to speak, then there is no fight. And if you know how to eat nicely, then we will not fall sick. So the fighting, we know how to speak, then we try to please, not even though we have to convey certain things that is not pleasing. The message may not be pleasing, but the way we communicate, it may appear, it may appeal to the audience or the hearer that he may be pleased to hear. At the same time, the message may be good, but if the speaker is not able to, communicate, so then definitely that will create a damage, that the hearer will not be pleased, he will be hurt. So here the drinking makes it happen. How does it happen? Because intelligence is lost. Intelligence gives direction to the mind. If we are not able to discriminate what is good, what is bad, then actually our tendency, body, by default thing will take over. So then definitely we will not be able to do good. So that intelligence is, our stock of intelligence is limited. Like Madhu Pandit Prabhu says, like say battery operated. Battery has a limited power unless we connect it to power hours. So with our intelligence, what is that intelligence? As karmic intelligence. We have limited intelligence. We don't know in all situations what we have to do. And it is very, very, very difficult situation that, to understand dharma and lead our life. We need a direction. We may be well versed with the scripture. We may be well versed with the knowledge. We have all kind of knowledge. But when the situation arises, and what one has to do exactly at this situation, so definitely we will not be able to understand. So like AI, artificial intelligence, it has tremendous data, so much of data that can it be equal to a human being? Can it do miracles? Can it do it? Actually, it can do within that programmed or available thing. But the higher intelligence comes from Lord. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Matta smritir jnanam apohanancha. Krishna says, from me comes the remembrance and forgetfulness. We may be very proud of any knowledge, any skill, any development, materialistic thing. But we should always remember Krishna has much more intelligence and Krishna's energy. So we cannot surpass that. So in any situation, we come across many different situations that is not written in book, or that is nobody can teach, okay, this is this. These are the situations you will encounter. No, it will be very dynamic. So in such situation, how to respond, how to act. So that intelligence, from where it will come? So that we have to depend on Lord, and He will be giving. And what basis Lord will give the intelligence? The intelligence Lord will give based on ye yata mam prapadyante tam titiksha bhajamyaham. So if we surrender to Lord, if we follow His injunction, if we please Lord and His devotees, then we get the intelligence. And one example always, it makes me, I got very inspired that when the situation was, Ashwatthama killed the Upapandavas, 5 Pandavas, Upapandavas. So then the situation was, the Bhima got furious. Krishna also told, don't spare him, kill him. And when Arjuna captured the Ashwatthama and brought in front of Draupadi, what Draupadi did? What Draupadi said? Yeah, he is a Brahmana. Please don't kill him, leave him. And other side, what Bhima is telling? And what Krishna is telling? So here, the situation is very confusing. Now, Arjuna has to please everybody, and also he has to do right thing. So that needs, no book can teach at that point of time. It is only online intelligence we have to get. So how do we get that? So because Arjuna was a devotee of Krishna, and he can understand what Lord wants and how to respond in this situation and how to please him. So what he did? He showered the head. That is a jewel. He had a jewel in his head. So he showered that, and he removed the hair in not very like, saloon they do very hair cutting in a very beautiful way. But this is insulting way. So for a reputed man, cultured man, the insult is as good as death. So killing him. So in that sense, he killed also, and he is not killed also. So this intelligence will come from Lord. And for that, why Lord will give the intelligence? And how we can get the intelligence? Unless we follow His instruction, unless we please His devotees, unless we please the devotees. So why He will be, He supply that intelligence. So for that, for the recipient of His mercy, we should be the qualified. We ourselves have to follow the injunctions. So similarly, in the practical situation, many situations, so we may not have a right situation. Like say, it is not only that liquor can intoxicate. There are many things can intoxicate us. The social media, the power, position, many things we can get intoxicated. When any intoxication means that intelligence will get bewildered. And the mind doesn't get the direction. So if mind is not giving direction to senses, then senses will be naturally or by default is directed. That pravrittiyeshu bhutanam. So what is that? Vyavaya, what is it? Amisha madhya seva. So it will go in a default mode. So this is a very good example that highly cultured associate of Krishna, see, they also fell down. They, it is not that they don't know, they're not done or like that. Even if the trained mind is there, but still, if intelligence is get bewildered and mind doesn't get the direction, and senses will indulge or go in a default mode, and that will definitely bring us the destruction. So similarly, like the current war, it may be for what? Actually, it starts from the sense gratification. Okay, something, it may be gross or subtle. If there is a disturbance in sense gratification, what will happen? We try to maximize, we try to remove the obstacle. It may be somebody, okay, because of that person, this person, I am not able to indulge, or it is curtailed. So let me finish him, wipe out. So then, without restriction, I can indulge as much as I want. It may be the personal, the one or individual level or community level in large. So my countrymen should have unlimited enjoyment. So Prabhupada says that Ravana had a plan that he wanted to build a staircase to heaven, because the natural or the system is that one has to do a lot of pious activity. He has to follow the scriptural injunction and do a lot of pious activity, and then earn sufficient punya karma, and then transmigrate to higher planets and enjoy. But the demons, they don't want to follow the rules, laws and regulations set by the Lord. So they don't know, they want to break and they want to have a shortcut. So it is extended, because he not just wanted to himself, he wanted to enjoy, he wanted to help others also, his men, his countrymen. So he wanted to build a staircase and everybody can go without any restriction, without any following the rules, regulation and the havans and austerity. Just walk to the heaven and enjoy. So similarly, if any war, if you see the root cause is that disturbance in sense gratification. And the mind is naturally, by default mode, that is, its system is set, so that is will direct towards the removing the obstacles, and it will be gross and it will be destruction. So, but once we understand that we are not the body, we are spirit soul, then everything will change. So we are fortunate to come in touch with Srila Prabhupada and his movement. This organization is helping us to associate with the like-minded people and practice. Otherwise, it's Kali Yuga. The symptom of Kali Yuga is, very freely, indulge in all the sense gratification without any discrimination. Eating, mating, sleeping, defending, like that. I remember, at the beginning, how difficult it was to chant, how difficult it was to get up early in the morning. So, because of association. If we are in good association, it becomes very easy, natural. But one has to further progress. Progress beyond, or progress beyond the progress means we think that I am now progressed, I am now advanced. So there are different stages. So we have to advance. Like a businessman, he may have money, but he wants more and more, like that. So he will go to the next level. Or an educated person, anybody say somebody has done degree, or somebody done 10th class, somebody done degree, somebody done masters also. He is also educated. But still there is a more to learn. So similarly, in this material world, if we don't advance, what will happen? By default, there is nothing we can stay in somewhere. If we don't advance, we'll fall down. So we have to, it's like a building also. We don't upkeep, what will happen? It will deteriorate. It's a nature. By design, everything will degrade. So we have to aspire to advance or do more and more service. So that is the message here, and it's alerting us. It is the same thing happened in Gaudiya Math also. The devotees were fighting for the position, and position and power. So the fight happens. And also if you see that history also, even in India, the Britishers came and what they did? Or, not much business is happening. They were like, in what duration? Very short. Just little disturbance, all advancement is collapsed. But you see other way, like India, that how many years British took to destroy the Brahminical culture or education system? So many years. But still, we can see that, if not in the city, if you go to the rural area, still we can see that and how the culture is there. To some extent, we can see the traces of Varnashrama Dharma. We can see, though it is diluted, degraded, it has become a caste system, the higher caste is dominating or whatever, the understanding is not there. But still we can see some traces. One of the purport, Prabhupada says, still in India, the Brahmins, they don't take liquor. And Kshatriyas, they sometimes allowed. And Vaishyas, they also don't take. And Shudras, actually they also don't take. And he actually is a less than Shudra. The one who indulges without any restriction, he is less than Shudra. Vyavaya, Amisha, Madhya Seva, actually it is allowed in a restricted way. There is a restriction for sex indulgence. There is a restriction for Madhya Seva. There is a restriction for meat eating. So, but modern day civilization we see, we don't want to follow any rules and regulation, any restriction, and any time, anywhere. So that is very, very sinful. It is more than sinful. We don't have a word. Like it's Prabhupada says, it is not even first class, second class, third class, fourth class. It is Panchama, fifth, sixth, seventh, like that. It's so much degraded. Because everything, Varnashram system is not there, and marriage system is, and it is bewildering. There are so many new things are coming. It is may not be not good to mention also, like live-in relationship and so many other things are coming, and and there are some people are fighting, and naturally in Kali Yuga what happens? Because most of the people wanted to enjoy or unrestricted way. So it is democracy. Prabhupada says democracy. So democracy means the majority. So whatever majority wants, voting system, unqualified system, putting votes, naturally they will opt for more sense gratification or collective sense gratification. So they favor that. So and we select such leader, and later on we lament, oh, war is there, what can be done? Hare, he's not listening. So now he is gone, like he's become so much egoistic. So that is very naturally it happens. Once we lose the control, finish. Even Madhu Pandit Prabhu says, one class that, we have a freedom to drink poison. We have a free will, we have a choice to drink poison. But after effect, we don't have. Once we drink poison, then the effect is there. So we don't have control. Similarly, any sinful activity we do, we may have choice at that point of time. But after that, we don't. Like Viprashapa also. So, while doing that action, he would have had that choice. But once he has done, then the things will take place. So, we should be very, very careful. So, first class intelligence means learning from hearing. Second class is by seeing. And third class is by experiencing. Fourth class is, actually we have to introspect. Because I was also thinking, especially after coming in touch with the Krishna consciousness, so I was thinking, I am first class. I am first class intelligent. Like that I was thinking. But we introspect and we understand that which are the area. We go in a default mode that we don't follow the scripture, or we neglect, or we take it very lightly. And anything we neglect, we have to suffer for it. So similarly, here the lesson is the slight. It appears, it's actually, what is that? Vidura approaches Maitreya. Thereafter, all of them, what is that? After the ritual, all of them, the descendants of Vrishni and Bhoja, being permitted by the Brahmanas, partook of the remnants of prasadam and also drank liquor made of rice. By drinking, they all became delirious and bereft of knowledge. They touched the course of each other's heart with harsh words. See, here they're following the system. They performed the rituals and they fed the Brahmanas. They satisfied them. Then they took permission to honor prasadam. And then, see, these all they're following. They're following the injunction only. Then they drank liquor made of rice. That is also allowed sometimes. And after party, they can consume. But what has happened? Slight. Actually, this is not only, the sequence we go. Actually, the consciousness is contaminated. So, that is degraded. After all, this is Lord's plan. But we should be, for us it is a lesson. So we should be careful. So there are many lessons we can take. We can take, but all the instructions we have to see in what context Prabhupada is telling. Otherwise, we may take this as a reference. Yes, liquor drinking is allowed, or sometimes we can do that. So in our preaching also, we should be very, very careful. We can use mobile. Yes, we can use mobile. Or we can use car, we can go in a flight also. We can travel, like that. So not that, do not live don't go out of Vrindavan or something like that. So we can do that, but alert. We should, with caution. We should be very, 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 very careful. Otherwise, little deviation, we may fall down. What will happen? Fall down means? What is that fall down means? It will delay our process. It may be because we may have the understanding that anything, any progress, anything good we make in the spiritual life, so it is a permanent asset. In that sense, yes, it is a permanent. But what will happen by doing sinful activity or neglecting or ignoring? It will delay our progress. It will delay. It will slow down. So Prabhupada didn't want we to fall down again and again and remain in the material world. He wants us to go back, and Prabhupada's mood is, why next life? This life, And also the instruction that, somebody asked, it takes many lifetime to get rid of all sins what we have done in the past. Prabhupada immediately says, 1 minute. Don't you read Bhagavad Gita? It takes 1 minute. So that is Prabhupada's mood. Prabhupada didn't want us to follow the Pravritti Marga. Prabhupada wants us to follow Nivritti Marga. Quickly purify, do devotional service and go back to Godhead. So I will end here. If there is any question, I can. Yeah.
In conversation with Lieutenant Mozi, Srila Prabhupada talks of mass Sankirtan.
Yes.
So Prabhupada is talking, Prabhupada highlights that if there is mass Sankirtan, mass transformation of thought process will happen. So now we understand what is the scenario in the global this thing. Now, if we, currently the state government also, the central government also, they are in one sense little bit they're favorable. And I had read long time back, there was Vasundhara Raje, she was doing state-sponsored havans and all. So if there is a possibility of having, state-sponsored mass Sankirtan, we take Gaur Nitai everywhere and do, massive Sankirtan. So the probability or the possibility of having, a mass transformation or bringing, even Prabhupada highlighted in one, Madhuvrata Prabhupada was also telling in one of the lectures of 4.18.32, I think. So that in Hyderabad, 2 years there was drought. So Prabhupada, did, mass arrange for Kirtan, so there was rainfall. So, a lot of things will happen.
Yeah, that is actually desire of Vaishnava, and it is it is Chaitanya Prabhu wanted that what is that? Prithvi te achare nagaradhigrama sarvatra prachara hoile moro nama. So that is a desire, but we should not forget that we are in material world. We are not in Vaikuntha. Why I say is that Prabhupada would have done that, okay, only Varnashram Dharma, only Sankirtan, everywhere. So, and he did it also, But to do that, there are so many practical situations we should understand that, something we go very violently, arrogantly, and enemies will attack us. We should be very careful. Prabhupada says that Dante Trinaya, what is that? Dante Trinaya, humble, we are not powerful take out the sword and follow dharma. Otherwise, you will be killed. So if you are strong, we can do that also. But if you are not, then fall at his feet and beg. You are so nice, and pamper him. You are so nice, so intelligent, so great. But please chant Hare Krishna mantra. So that is our mood. So similarly, we go very grand way, Sankirtan, what will happen? The demonic minds will get agitated. Are we ready to counter? Is that an intelligent way to implement? So that we need to see. That we may be very enthusiastic, but we are in the material world, we should know, we should be very practical. Otherwise, okay, when we are in train, yes, whole train, everybody should chant Sankirtan only. Or in the flight, okay, done. Now, no more announcement, all Gramya Katha, unwanted things. It's only Krishna Katha. So we can do if we are so powerful. But we should be careful in a practical situation. We should be very practical. No, some things are stopping us. We have limited energy and limited resources, time. So time and resource. So we should, like a businessman, if he has 100 rupees, or it may be 100 crores or 100 millions also, but he cannot buy all the opportunity. He cannot buy everything. So he will invest where he will get maximum return and also less of a risk. He will take risk It's a calculated risk. See, similarly, devotee has to be like that. We have a limited time, we have a limited resource. So intelligently we have to deploy so that it can be, we can get a maximum benefit. We or the whole, humanity or entire creation can get the maximum benefit. Otherwise, foolishly we do, what will happen? We are finished. The enemies will attack us and we will not be able to counter it. So we should be intelligently do this. So according to place and circumstance, desha kala patra, we have to act. Otherwise, yes, we have to do sankirtan and prasad distribution. I will end here. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.